Practicing. Hello, everyone.
Hi
Hi,
everyone.
Gagi.
Hi Sabad, how are you?
I'm doing good. So, yeah, welcome to the first community by Mirmodo. And the thing is, I can hear myself speak somewhere, probably on YouTube.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I think a lot of you know me already. I'm Sabahat, and I take care of a lot of content and product marketing efforts in Mirmodo. And this is Gagi. Uh, Chris is also saying hello. Hi, Chris. How are you?
Yes.
And as all of you know, this event is going to be all about onboarding emails, and we'll discuss how you can nail it, especially when you're in SaaS. So I think without further ado, I'll just call the guest of honor who's going to be taking over from here. So here is Aiza.
Hey guys.
Hi
Hi.
Aiza.
Aiza.
Hey Sabahed and Gargi and everyone in the chat. All right. So I'm excited to have this workshop with you. And yeah, let's get the ball rolling.
So I
Oh.
think it's time for us to leave the stage
Mhm.
and Aiza to take over and then explain everything to you. So
Mhm.
yeah, see you soon, guys. Bye.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
All right. Yeah. So I will share my screen now. Let me know, guys, if you could see it. There. Could you see my screen? Let me know in the chat if you could see it so that we could proceed, or if you could hear me. All right, great. Yeah, I'll just take a peek there. All right. So hey Lynn, Alvin, and everyone. So yeah. So tonight, we really thank you for your time for being here. And tonight we're gonna launch your onboarding journey in 45 minutes. So the time is 7:33. Hopefully we'll nail it. And yeah, I'll need you guys to be active on the chat. So this will be a very, very productive session with you guys. Okay. So if you guys can see my screen and ready to probably start, type one in the chat so I could go ahead. Yeah, so some people could say they can see my screen, so I see Mailmodo typing one. All right. Okay, great. So we got a lot of ones. I guess we're ready to start. All right. So before we start, I have one question for you guys, and hopefully you could share it with us. Why do you think your onboarding flow is broken? Or if you are like a SaaS marketer, if you're not like the founder, so why do you think your client's onboarding flow is broken? Could you just share probably some ideas in the chat? Like you could also guess if you want. If you're too shy to share it, it's okay. So, what's the one thing you wish yeah, another one is what's the one thing you wish that your onboarding emails did better? So, thanks, Mailmodo. So, yeah, just drop them in the chat. Oh, so Lynn is from the Philippines. So, hey, Lynn, how about the others? Yeah, the SaaS onboarding. Is this your answer, Lynn? Like SaaS onboarding, if that is broken. So, if most of us are shy to share it, I'll probably just share with you what I've usually encountered on why most SaaS onboarding flows are broken. All right. So yeah, here are the common onboarding mistakes that I've seen from prospects and even just from signing up um, on different products online. So hopefully you can also relate. But here are the three most common mistakes. The first one is most of the prospects or my clients, they have been overcomplicating actually the process. That it's um, they are all intimidated to start it, and they want everything to be perfect right from the start. So that's one. And another one is there is basically no onboarding at all, like zero. So after you sign up, you hear nothing. You hear nothing from the SaaS. That's why you forget probably about them. You don't even know how to start. And the third one would be like it's like super irrelevant. The emails that you get or the experience that you get from the onboarding is not what you have expected or what you have been promised. So these are like the three onboarding mistakes. And just by looking at the chat, yeah, you guys have shared your um, answers too. So Lynn said there are too many steps. Correct. So like, you are overwhelming the user. Another one is Chris. She says it's too much upfront. I guess it's the same thing with Lynn. Like there are just too many information that have been poured probably into your brain the moment you signed up. And what else? Yeah, the time to value is too long. Yeah, it's just like dragging. Imagine like watching a movie and then it's just more introduction and nothing really happens. So yeah, thank you guys for sharing those. And yeah, those are yeah, parts of this onboarding mistakes. So yeah, and the fix actually could just be simple. And um we could just get out of our heads and just tell ourselves that, hey, we no need to overthink. Let's just keep the fix simple, especially tonight, as we work on our own onboarding. So what I suggest is first you just keep your first onboarding flow as simple as possible. And then that's why we are going to just nail down your emails in the first 7 days. So if you could just think about like your users first 7 days with you, and what do you want or what do you need to tell them. So just focus on that so that you don't have to think of too many things for now. Just be a horse and just put like some I don't know what you call that thing on the head of the horses, so they don't like overthink or see other things around them, so they could be laser focused. And the third one, just write and send relevant emails. So the simple fix, this is exactly what we're going to do tonight. And actually the secret is for having like a simple, like super simple onboarding that works, is we have to know the key triggers and user actions, which we are going to do like tonight. So that's it. And yeah, right now we are going to like proceed to the demo. So guys, are you like ready? Do you have your pens and paper? Type in yes if you do. And also if you are using AI, I'm not sure how do you feel about AI, but tonight we're going to use AI. So if you have your favorite um, tool with you, you could open it so you could follow along. All right. So yeah, it's time to do the live demo. And actually we're just going to, yeah, we're really literally starting right now. So 9 minutes into the webinar, we are already going to the meat of the presentation. And to keep you guys on track, we are going to do this live demo in just 3 steps. So first, we are going to map the ideal user path. Second is we're going to plan and write those emails. Don't worry, you don't have to like overthink it tonight. I have the prompts and all. And then the third one is we are going to get this live actually on an email marketing platform. So if you are working on your onboardings, you could probably open yours, whatever platform it is that you're choosing. But for tonight, we are going to use Mailmodo. So yeah, I will show you how it works, and yeah, it should be fun. So guys, are you ready? Do you have your pencils, pens, and AIs ready? Type two if you are ready to go. Yeah, Milmodo saying keep your notes ready. So I also cannot actually join the chat, so not sure. Probably I'll just send the prompt to somebody to Sabahat, and you could like type it. Yeah, like it says error. But anyway, I'll just um I'll just send over like the prompt to the Memodo team so you could type it in for me on the chat. All right. Anyway, let's get going. I'm seeing a lot of twos. All right. So first one, this is like the most important one. So most of like when prospective like clients come to me, they would ask me to write emails, but really the work of a SaaS onboarding, um, even if you are just an email copywriter or a strategist, it really boils down on this, on this task. Really. So it's mapping the ideal user path. It's not really on writing the emails straight away. So yeah. So for tonight, I'm hoping we have a like SaaS founder or SaaS marketer in the house because we are going to ask some volunteers, and probably for tonight this is going to be a challenge for us and for me also. We want to like build a flow based on a real SaaS. So if we have any volunteers in the audience, let us, let us work with your SaaS. Could you just type in your SaaS and we could probably work on it? We could create emails for it. So, yeah, feel free to share it in the chat. First come, first serve, I think. But maybe don't. Oh, we have one. Let me see. From Carlo. It's a mobile app called Finally Fit, but it's B2C. B2C, I think it's okay if we don't have any like volunteers. Whenever I do both B2B actually and B2C onboarding, so there is like the principles the same. Do we have like a website, Carlo, for this? But I would be needing you to like participate in the chat. I will be asking you your best ICP and the desired outcomes and the usual questions if it's okay with you. Okay, great. All right. So tell us, Carlo, what does this app do? So again, I'll go back first to the slide so that we have like a guide on how we're going to proceed. All right. So we are going to pick app. It's called Finally Fit, correct? So probably I'm thinking it's for getting a fit body. So let us know, Carlo. Just answer us in the chat. Who are like the best ideal users of your app? Like who are they? What are their desired outcomes, and what does it do? So what does that app do? Lynn, I think the screen did not freeze. Let me know if you could see me playing around with it. So yeah, while Carlo is probably, hopefully, Carlo, you are typing. Okay, great. No worries. And I'll just walk you through on how we're going to do it. So while you are typing, guys, what's going to happen tonight is as I asked Carlo, since we are on the time crunch and we want things to be light and all, so I have prepared like a chat GPT to help us. All right. We have prompts. And Lynn, yeah. So maybe in the next workshop we could work on the app for culinary entrepreneurs. Okay, so it creates a custom strength training program for users and guides you how much weight and reps you need to be doing every set. Okay, every exercise also has a video demonstration so you know what to do. Carlo, I need to connect with you. I think I need this app. Okay, so first, the first thing that we're gonna do now that we know what does this app do, right? So it creates a custom strength training. So, and who are like the best users for this app? And good thing that I have been starting my strength training study. So yeah, Carlo, I think I can do this. Okay, ICP, people who are frustrated with not being able to stay consistent with their workout routines. which are usually 5 to 6 days per week. Okay. And if you have like one ideal win that they need to experience, for example, in the first 7 days, for let's pretend that I am a new user. When I pick up your app and when I sign up, like what's that small win that I need to experience after like inside your tool? Okay, so I think this is it. Like the tiny win is I get a custom training plan based on your schedule and available equipment. Wow, this is actually like perfect. And then to get this custom training, Carlo, thank you so much for being a good participant. Um, so after to get to this custom training plan for your app to give us to give the user a custom training plan, like what are the 3 to 4 actions probably that the user need to do so that the app could give it a custom training plan. But also this is a mobile app, so I think mobile app and web apps have a bit of a difference, because mobile apps you like instantly, and based on my experience too, you instantly get the training program after you sign up. But yeah, let's just pretend for tonight that we're going to do this. Yep. All right, so while waiting, the upgrades to this program is just a few okay, great. Yeah, that's what I thought also, because I've been signing up to apps also. Okay, so maybe if that's the case, after the custom training plan, like what could be like a bigger win? What's a bigger win that the user should experience like in the first 7 days after they have that plan? Hope it's okay with you, Carlo. I hope I'm not really putting you um, in the spot. Okay, got it. So successfully logging a workout. So see, guys, the actions that you need to do. Sometimes you could easily know what they are, but to be really precise in this, you could also, if your app already has been working and you have been gathering data from the users, so a better way also to examine or determine this user actions is by studying the data itself. So since we are just doing a workshop and we are just demoing everything, so it's more of like just a conversation. And but if you're doing it really later on, you could spend more time. You could dig deep into your data and pick out really, what's the ideal win that we should focus on? What are the key user actions that we should, really talk about? So great. I think this is okay, Carlo. So that's it. I will now take what you have shared with me because it's easier this way. Just going um to chat GPT everything. So we're doing things more efficiently. So once again, thank you, Carlo. Wait, I'm just going to share with Sabahet offline, and so that oops, you're gonna see my screen. It's okay. There's no secrets in here. So I'll just share the prompt. So there you go. Sabahat, if you could please share the prompt with them. And once the prompt is there in the chat, you guys could also open your chat GPT and do this with me. But you could also do it later and just, focus on the screen. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna involve ChatGPT in like mapping the ideal user path. So first is you just copy my prompt here. So I'm just gonna start a new chat so that you guys could see it there. And what I'm doing here is I'll just walk you through it first, okay? So you're a SaaS onboarding strategist. We are gonna get your help to map the ideal user journey. And also I've dropped here a link to my framework. It's a framework for writing emails so that ChatGPT will know, how exactly to write emails the way that I would want them. So this is just my LinkedIn newsletter and it will just pull it out. The ideas will be there, the instructions are in there, and then ChatGPT will know it. And now that you know the framework, we will do it again. Like ChatGPT will ask these questions, and from Carlos' answers, I'm going to um, load the answers here. Okay. Hope you bear with me, and then maybe type 3 if you are now with me, guys. If it's okay, we're going to use ChatGPT. Type 3. Okay. I don't know if I asked you, Carlos. Hopefully, you're still there. Like, what problem does your SaaS solve? Okay, 3. Hey, Rome. Hey, Saba. Okay. Let me see. Okay, yeah, just let me know what problem does this SaaS solve. And yeah, hopefully, Carlo, we are connected. I don't know where, but I'm curious if this will be written. You could actually just plug and play this for your app. Okay. And we usually ask guys the problem that your SaaS solves because um I don't know if you've noticed it, but people are more likely to move. Like as humans, we are more likely to move if we are pressed on with problems, right? So like it's a better motivator. Okay, great. So let's just take it. Thank you so much, Carlo. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add the answers here. Who is this SaaS for? So I'm just gonna here. I love that Carlo is a founder who knows their audience because, some would usually mention that they target everyone and all that stuff. So, great. What's the one key outcome? The one key outcome, maybe this one. Let's pick a bigger win for you, Carlo. Yeah. And sometimes, let's just pretend because this is just for the sake of demo, right? So these are like the things that they need to do inside the app. So this might not be um, like exact, but for the purpose of just showing you guys, we'll just picking or customizing a workout plan starting the first login. Yeah, let's just pretend for Carlo now that these are like the things that a user needs to do. Okay. Custom also has video demonstration. And later on, when you're doing this on your own, you could also like add or feed ChatGPT with your, additional notes so that you are going to get like really tailored emails and all that. Yeah. That's actually pretty accurate. Great. Yeah, and thank you so much, Carlo, for doing this. Okay, so now ChatGPT has just summarized all this, and now are you guys ready? So here is the magic. Once ChatGPT asks you if you're ready to draft the email, you could just actually say yes, and you'll get the emails. Are you guys ready? Type in the chat, please. Yeah, I wish I could like hear you guys talk because that would be more awesome. But yeah, for now, the chat will do. Are you guys ready to see it? I want to see like some yeses in the chat before I I asked ChatGPT to blast out the emails for us. Okay, Chris is ready. Oh, hey, Agustin. Hey, Jay. Okay, great.
Isa,
Oh,
I wanted to just say something.
sure.
Uh, uh, it'd be amazing if we can just maximize the screen over here so that people can, right?
Right. Yeah, this one. It's
Yeah,
too small. Can you guys not see?
that's okay. That's not a problem. We'll anyway be sharing all the prompts, right? Just wanted to come in here. And
Yeah. Yeah, and thank you so much. Sabahat is here. Yeah.
so I'll just go back and you can carry on the good work, right?
Okay, great. All right. So once that's in, if you're happy with the steps, you can just see your email is ready there to copy and paste. Of course, if you are really working on your emails, you can take these emails, you can get it, and you can, edit it a bit, because I don't know about you, but I would rather still, edit what AI has given me. So that's it, guys. We now have our first four emails for the onboarding email of Carlo. And at this moment, I'm going to go back to my slide. Can you guys see it? So what we have done is we have mapped the ideal user path, and we have taken all those information about the SaaS, fed them to ChatGPT, and now we have emails. And then the next thing that we're gonna do is we're going to load up these emails in Mailmodo. And for you guys, you could just follow this sequence. I usually follow this whenever I work on a 7-day free trial, or the first 7 days of my clients. I usually send 1 to 3, like 4 to 5 emails. Depending on some factors, but for starters, you can just follow this. So day one, we have a welcome email. Day two, if you notice the action that we have loaded up in ChatGPT, they are like the main idea for each email. Okay, so the thing with onboarding emails is you want each email to be focused on a key user action, so that your users will really know what to do. Like, how do I, well, what do I do with the app now that I'm on my second day of using it? So these are like your guides, and the best practice is just to focus on each action. Okay, so any questions for this? Maybe we could entertain later. So yeah, now that we have those emails, we are going to open Mailmodo, and probably at this point, you'd call Sabahet if you wanna demo it with me. Yeah, oh, she's there. All right. Yeah. All right. So now can you see Mailmodo, guys? I've switched my screen to Mailmodo. Let me see. Okay, so the first thing that I'll walk you through, can you guess what I'm going to open? Like what's the first thing that you need to do when you're loading up emails? Let's see. Can you guys guess? Any guesses in the chat? So the first thing that we need to define in any, it's the your email templates. So for the sake of um, this demo, we have Subhead created this template. So we have first to define your template so that we could load up your emails properly. So first thing you do, if you have signed up to Mailmodo, if or whatever platform you're using, you could pick a template to go with it.
So I'd like to pitch in here at this point. So
Go
you
ahead.
can actually do this on any of your email marketing platform of your choice, but we are
Mhm.
showing Mailchimp because that's what we use, right? And
Yeah,
as Aiza mentioned, before we go on to automations and subject lines and all other details, what you ideally should have is how you want your template to look like. So I
yeah.
think Aiza has already shared all the prompts through which you can get the copy. and we
Mhm.
will be sharing all of these prompts with you. Like the entire doc is already shared, we'll update it, you will have it. Once you have that ready, you basically go to your email marketing platform of your choice, which is Mailmodo right now, and first just create the templates and get the design and everything ready, and then we will then move on to automations.
Yeah.
So Aiza,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Yeah. So this is the template that we're going to use. Simple logo, an image here, simple text, and CTA. And I don't know if your email marketing platform can do this, but Mailmodo can like really have a calendar here, and this is super handy for the demos actually for SaaS. So this is like the template that we're going to use for the welcome email. So once we have set up this template, we are going to go to the next important thing, which I think Rome has guessed here in the chat. So we are going to do our like builder flow or journey or whatever your email platform calls it. But for mail model, you just have to create a journey, and there are a lot of pre-built journeys here. So I'm just gonna pick this welcome you signups, and I can just like build upon this flow, so it's ready already for me. You could also choose the trigger. You can maybe choose contact added to a list to your new signups. So once you have picked like a flow there, you could define the usual stuff. Who is this going to? So new signups, of course, and you could even set like the journey goal, which is your activation. Like for Carlo, the journey goal probably would be logging the first workout, correct, Carlo? So you could, if you have like an API that have tracked that, you can just pick it here, and you could also set the exit criteria here. All right, so you just click on next, and then you have the journey. But for this, since we have limited time, what I've done is I've already loaded up the emails here. So it's super simple, right? So what this means is it's just a time-based journey. There's the email one here, and then we have to wait for 1 day, like if you remembered this one. So I just added like the number of days between each emails. So for this, I'm gonna show you. Um, I'm going to replace the template here and use the one that we have created. And yeah, I need to supply the URL, which I could do later on. So once that's done, we will do everything that we need to do here. Campaign name, this one is welcome emails or onboarding, whatever you want to call it. And the welcome line is usually I just say welcome to company name, welcome to Finally Fit. Okay. And then I'm going to get the text here from our chat GPT. Sometimes you have like the option to follow it or not. And I
You,
usually also, yes, Sabahat, do you want to add?
I just wanted to say you can actually get Mailmodo AI to generate a subject line for you if
Oh,
ChatGPT hasn't done.
right.
And
Oh, yeah, here.
yes,
See, guys, you could auto
it
generate or
does
you could add
pretty
custom.
cool stuff. But if you've already used AI,
It's
that's
pretty
okay.
cool. Okay. See,
So it
it's
gives you subject line and pre-header, right?
right. Yeah, right. There's already like a preview. This is so cool. And from name, you could either use your name or, if it's like the Finally Fit team, entirely up to you, whichever you like. And of course, the reply to email, you need to put mm, an email that is working. Like there's a real human checking for replies to this email, because what this does is when people, for example, get your email and then you put the reply email here, all the messages will get sent to here. So make sure that you have authenticated your domain and that email is working and that there's an actual human who is ready to reply to the queries or questions that would be coming in as a reply to your email. Yeah. Sabahat, do you have like something to add at
Yeah,
this
I
point?
think
Mm-hmm.
Aiza and I were discussing it yesterday that there are very tiny things which are very important. Everybody, mostly who's into email marketing, knows about authentication and all. Those things
Right.
are technical. They might get all of these things right, but just small thing. For example, if I send an email and it says Sabahat from Mirmodo, and the
Mm-hmm.
picture is not of Sabahat, and you've seen me on LinkedIn, it's going to create a confusion in your head. You might report my email to spam. And similarly, if it says Sabahat from Mirmodo, the picture is fine. But when someone reads the email, the footer has somebody else's name or it's just signed by someone else. It just shows that you are not paying enough attention, and that's never good for your brand reputation. So these
Yeah.
are little things which you should probably just figure out or just give it a thought before you jump into automations.
Mm-hmm.
And reply to email again, like Isa and I were discussing yesterday, that Isa, you were saying you got an email where there was a reply to email, and then when you replied, they ghosted you or something.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's never good.
Yeah.
Always use an email which you check on and reply to people. So that's important. And another thing that I think Isa will discuss now is the domain that you're using. So make sure
Mm-hmm.
that it's warmed up and it's just not suddenly a new domain that's going to a lot of inboxes, so that basically the provider should know that this is a good email ID that people like receiving emails from. So warming up is a whole process, and we have a course which covers all of that. We'll just drop a link of that there. You can join in, or you can
Mm-hmm.
Google it, GPT, whatever you like.
All right. Yeah. Thank you, Sabahat. All right.
Mm.
Anything that we've missed? Think for this part, I think we're all good.
Yeah,
UDM, UDM just track your clicks. So at this point, I'm gonna show you how to load um, the text. So I'm just gonna show you for one email, and for the rest, we're just gonna do the same. So we won't have to do that anymore. So yeah, hopefully my internet is okay.
it's working great. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm the
and
only one who can answer, so
you're right. Yeah. And yeah, I would like to hear from our audience so far. Like how do you any takeaways so far or realizations while we're waiting for my internet to like just load? And Carlo, I hope this is like helpful for you and you could like create your onboarding journey for your app, which is like awesome. I think I might need that. I'm using actually heavy. Yeah. So let me see if I could just I think it's my internet. I'm just gonna reload it. There you go. So once that's done, you could just change everything here to finally fit. You pick your own emoji, whatever you like, and you just copy this. And of course, you could also edit it as you like. Okay. And then you change the CTA copy and then the URL here. And also another tip, which I think most onboarding emails has have gotten wrong, is the URL that they always add in their emails, like the main ones, okay, like this in the box. They usually lead to a tutorial or a YouTube video, and we really don't like that because once you click on that, you really didn't go inside the app, which is like, what's the point if you just send me to a tutorial? So make sure that the link to your CTAs will go back to your app. So yeah, for example, set my schedule. Ideally, if you click this button, if your user clicks this, they are taken to the part of the app where they could really set their schedule. And yeah, not all SaaS could do that because, there are certain limitations, but just make sure that they go in maybe to your login page. And if you have if you have like tutorials or what, you could put it somewhere inside the body. Okay. And here's the great thing when using widgets of Mailmodo is for my SaaS emails personally, we add like a booking call here. Like, hey, if you want to see a demo of the app, you could just pick a call or like book a slot from the calendar below. And the usual practice, right, is to add a link, right? But if you have like a widget, so the user can easily, pick out their spot right in their email. So that's less friction, more movement. So yeah, that's it. You could send a test email, sign up to Mailmodo and send a test email to yourself. So you could, see how this works in real life. So that's it. And again, you just have to copy, all this texts in the other emails. All right. And then you go back to your journey and you just edit the rest of the emails. And don't forget to add, the time period for each email. So it looks like this. Once done, just copy paste everything. And then once you have updated, for example, everything, you could just simply add like an exit journey. But another smart move that Sabahet just whispered to me when we were doing this is what you can do is, for example, our goal here for the onboarding emails is to convert your free users into paid users, right? So if they don't, for example, they didn't convert, what you can do is you could, add them to or pass them off to a nurture list so that they would be continued um, to stay top of mind. So you could just add whoever didn't convert, you could add them to, for example, a nurture list where you could continue to tell them all about the fitness, all about your app, and maybe some fitness tips and the link to your app again, so that the journey doesn't, end until, of course, the subscriber says so. But that's another tip. So yeah, anything to add, Sabahat, to the setup part?
Yeah, I think you explained it pretty well, but just
Great.
just to get a little bit technical, if you wanted this to happen where you like, so basically you'll have to add a segmentation where people, whoever has actually signed up, will not get this email. They will be added to another contact list, and whoever has not yet signed up, they will get added to this nurture list, and then you can keep on sending them your resources so that they remember you, and ultimately in a few months they might convert you. We have seen this happen, and I'm not sure if uh, people do this, and I really wanted to bring this up during our workshop. So yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So that's really it. So we have, I think it's a success. We have demoed in under 45 minutes. So I'm just going back to the chat in case you have. Okay, great. And Carlo said, Sabahet, he will be tweaking his existing onboarding sequence with the same insights from tonight. And yeah, let us know, Carlo, how it will turn out for you. And yeah, before we wrap up, let me see here. Yeah. So any questions first before we proceed? I'm going to get this so I can see you guys in the chat. Got any questions? Yeah, if you're like serving a SaaS client, or if you're like Carlo who has like a SaaS himself or an app, let us know. Looks like they don't have any questions. Or if you have questions for Subahead, like in setup and those stuff.
If you don't want to ask the questions here, you can always reach out to us on LinkedIn
Yeah.
and we'll get back to you. Both of us are chronically online.
Yeah.
So
Right. Yeah.
there
All right.
won't be an issue.
Yeah.
And oh, Lynn has a question, I guess.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Lynn. Don't make it too hard. Because I know Lynn, like she's also like a SaaS email marketer. Go ahead, Lynn. And Carlo, yeah, please reach out whenever you tweaked your sequence. I would really love to know how it goes for you.
And whoever is present right here, please drop your LinkedIn accounts in the comments, and we would really like to send a request and keep in touch. Like we
Mm,
said, we didn't want it to be just a webinar. We want it to be very raw, and we really want you to go back with insights and as well as a few friends that you can count upon. So, yeah. And I think there's one Padlet link also that Gargi has dropped. I will also send this in our post event email. We basically want to collect how your experience was and what you learned, and we'll put it out in our social media post. We'll create a carousel and everything. So, we would really like that.
mhm. Yeah. I think Lynn has a very like long question. It still has to come through. Aside from Lynn, maybe you guys have questions while it's still 8:17. So while waiting for your questions, probably I'll walk you through like some tips and like a wrap up while waiting for the question from Miss Lynn. So again, why SaaS emails suck? They are really irrelevant. They are like feature dumps. So feature dumps don't really work, guys. And you're like selling aggressively. Hey, your trial is ending. Just upgrade. And yeah, I really hate that when I get those emails without like some value or nurture emails and poor follow up, inconsistent or absent follow up. Okay. Oh, so we have like a question from Jothika. How do I know what trigger to set up with for the onboarding? So yeah, the first what I usually do is I if you go back to the prompts, I usually like figure out like what are the things that the users need to do inside your app. The most important things that they can't um that they have to do. If they don't do this, they really don't get a value from your app. Like for example, mail model. So that is an email marketing platform. So you really have to like trigger um for example, added a domain. So we really need to target people who didn't add a domain to really add their domain, because if they don't do that, they really wouldn't, get anything of value from your tool. Another one would be to add your contacts, basically the things that they need to do inside your app. And to know that, you have to like go back probably to your product marketer if you have one, or just trace back like what are the just focus on this question, what are the 3 to 4 things that they need to achieve or to do inside the app to get like a tiny win or like a bigger win from using your SaaS. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question, Jyotika. And for Miss Lynn, if I want my email to be triggered by an action in the app so that it is highly personalized to what the user has taken action so far, do I understand that we need an API to integrate with the email? Yes. You need to, for in my case, I work with the dev. I like identify the triggers or the behaviors that I want to be tracked, and the dev does it for me. And then I can like access it inside the email marketing platform. So I really don't know how to do that since I don't code. I just like kind of dictate or plan what those triggers are, and the developer will do it for me. And I
Uh,
think, yes, Sabahat, do you have anything to add?
I think Lynn, I can
Mhm.
connect with you later. We can actually use things like occurrence. There are a lot of segmentation options, at least on Mailmodo, and I can explain it to you later on. Uh,
Great.
on LinkedIn maybe, and it doesn't again have to be on mail. Whatever, we can just discuss it.
Yeah,
Right now, I cannot bring you on the stage, and I cannot have this discussion, which is why uh, I'm asking you to. So I will reach out to you, and we'll get this done. Okay?
great.
Type
Yeah,
one if that's okay.
yeah. And I guess it you could also pick it from here, right? Like the webhook, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can trigger the emails. All right. Lynn, you could reach out to Sabahet on LinkedIn. Okay, so I think there are no other questions, and yeah, no worries. We'll send these slides with you. Best practices are also here, and the Tiny Ask framework is also here. And um, what else? To personalize at scale, so just this. Again, keep it simple. You have to get your core flow um, implemented first. Don't think about the sophisticated stuff if you can't like get everything perfect. And then behavioral data, which Jotika and Lynn are asking about. So some of my clients usually they can't track it early in our journey, but there are clients who are really advanced and have their behavioral data in place. So the best way to do it is to really treat or look at those behavioral data and involve those in your onboarding journey as early as possible, and look at what the data says. You can get a tons of insights from that. And then the next step is you could always optimize later. So you can refine by user persona, maybe language, or even use cases as you go along. But what's most important is just have your core flow live and working. We could always optimize later. So yeah, don't let the sophistication or perfection like stop you from getting your core or like your simplest flow out, because without that, then your new users would be lost. Like everything that you've paid for the ads and for the team to acquire those users, they will just go to waste. So yeah, that's just it. How about, and oh, another one is what Sabahet also shared, the one that I showed you earlier. You could always pass the new users to a nurturing list. And, this is what lead magnets are for. So continue to be top of mind, so that when the right time comes, that when they're ready to buy, they will pick you and become your paying users. So these are examples of some lead magnets from the Mailmodo team. And yeah, and if you love this, um we would love it if you could like post on LinkedIn about your experience with us tonight. You could share your takeaways. You could tag me, Sabahet, and even the Mailmodo team, like with your biggest aha moment, the one thing that you implement, or like the mistake that hit too close to home. So yeah, that's it, I guess. Sabahet, anything to add?
No, I think we had a great session, and thank you all so much for joining.
Yeah.
I really want to be connected with everybody. Aiza, and Aiza is already a creator partner, and you all will be receiving a post-event email, of course, and then you will also get certifications, which was a surprise for all of you. And you attended this workshop. I think you went through it. And if you have any other questions about your onboarding emails, you can always DM us. You can always send us email, and we'll get back to you, right?
Yep.
So
Great.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
thank you. Thank you so much, Aiza. Thank you, Gargi.
Sabahat, and thank you so much to Carlo and everyone for being so active in the chat. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks,
So I
Sabahat.
think so. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Looking for your LinkedIn posts. Do tag us.